even though he's got lots of attention in there. Gets it back out. Ballyfermot still very much in this game. Nolan, one of their danger men in the second half, does very well. Takes a knock, leaves it off. Mark Smith, 13. He scored a great point earlier on. Nice left foot, and he spreads the play nicely out to James Bracken. He scored a great point in the first half. Kelly tries to keep it in, doesn't manage to do so. There's a few men down and there's a few men going on. It's all happening here at the moment. There's a substitute running onto the field. It's the 20 that we talked about a few minutes ago coming on, and that's James O'Brien. And their manager is in front of us now. That's Paul O'Brien, and he's coming over to see one of his players who is injured right down in front of us. He took a knock as he was clearing the ball a few minutes ago. 26 minutes gone in the game. 9 points to 7 for the Wanderers. No goals, only one goal chance. Paul O'Brien, the manager of Ballyfermot, and he's got John McBride with him, and Fran Kelly and Richie Damon. They want a little bit more out of their team, but here comes Lina for the Wanderers. And that's great work by the player of the year from last year. He might get player of the year again this year the way he's playing. This is good work by Shea Butler, the sub. It opens up for him. Will he go for his own score? He does. He kicks it right-footed. He kicks it high, and he kicks it just to the right. And they really haven't brought their shooting boots with them today, the Wanderers. That's why they're only 2 points ahead. Number 5, Clayton Murphy for Ballyfermot, is sitting on the sideline. He's injured. He is being replaced. He will play no further part in this game. We're down to decision time. We are down to the end of the game. And that link is worked again between the goalkeeper, Aaron Murphy, and Shane Doyle. Those short kickouts have been doing so much damage for Ballyfermot, and that's why they get the ball up to Nolan. Now Nolan wearing 18 now. He comes onto his left foot. He leaves it off to Kevin Chutui, the Swede. And here's a chance now for Kelly. He swings onto his right foot. Has he got the accuracy? He has. And that's a good score all the way from the kick out. The short kick out that they've been allowed to do all day long. It is 9 points to 8. It's back in the melting pot.
That was poor decision making from Shea Butler there when he was clean through on goal. Liam Murphy was racing off to his right, who looked like a better option to score there, but Shea took the shot on, and obviously it didn't go over, and unfortunately Ballybowden have braked, come down the other end and reduced the arrears by 1.
The captain has just gone off for Wanderers.
Darren Murphy on in his place.
James Spears has had to go off, or no, actually he's getting a little bit of water. Maybe it looks, maybe he took a knock, maybe it's a blood sub, but he is off the field at the minute. The Wanderers captain Murphy goes up for it. Surely he was interfered with there. Surely that was a foul, and yes, the referee has given it. It's a free for Wanderers just when they needed it. Peter Riley lifts it, but he says, hold on, calm it down. No need to rush it. Wait and get this right. And Murphy now has the ball, and Riley gives him an option. And Murphy is looking for options. I think he goes forward. And super ball. They confused Ballyfermot there about where they were going. They confused me as well, and that's good play. Now Delaney has it. Delaney, the full forward, hasn't had much ball in the second half, but there's a fine effort, and it's left-footed and it's high, but it's wide again from Barry Downey, and so many wides on that side of the goals for some reason from the Wanderers. They're 1 point ahead. They've only scored, is it 1 point in this half, I think? And it's 9 points to 8. Yeah, only 1 point in the half, but they still lead. There's a high ball into the forwards from Ballyfermot. It's flicked on by Nolan, and here's a chance. There's a goal chance here. It's and he shoots, and it's brilliantly saved, though. It's brilliantly saved again by the goalkeeper, Stephen Murray. And it was from, was it from Mark Smith, I think it was, yeah, number 13. Such a crucial save at a crucial time of the game, and that could have been a winner for Ballyfermot, but instead Stephen Murray stood tall. We're in the last few minutes of the game. 29 minutes gone. Nail-biting times for the Wanderers. They haven't won the championship since 1968. Here's their full forward, Delaney. He leaves it off. There's a chance of a score here for Downey. Is he going for goal? He shoots. It's deflected, and it's deflected into the net. A goal, and the supporters that are here, that are allowed to go to this game from the Wanderers, really enjoyed that one. That could be the winning of this game. Finally, a little bit of luck for the Wanderers, but they made their own luck.
Very fortuitous there by Barry Downey, but they'll take it. It's a goal, and it's changed the complexion of the game, especially after that save by Stephen Murray down the other end.
Yeah, could have been a goal at one end. There was a goal at the other, and the Wanderers have finally put a bit of daylight between them and their opponents. It's 1-9 to 8. It's a 4 point game all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, Ballyboden Wanderers in the 30th minute of the second half are now within touching distance of the silverware. 52 years they've waited. And there's a lovely ball in towards the forward area, in towards 21, Sean Heavey, who's in there. And Sean does really well to get that and leaves it out to Michael Kavanagh. Kavanagh gives it to Delaney. He looks on his right, he looks on his left. He decides instead to give it to Heavey, and Heavey swings it into the danger area. It's well taken, though, in the middle of the defence there, and a mark as well. So Ballyfermot will want to move this quickly. They're anxious to get on with the game. And the substitute in there, Darren Murphy, is trying to hold it all up. And you can understand why they're trying to do that. A little bit of gamesmanship in there. And that ball is played straight to Peter Riley. And all of a sudden it looks like the Wanderers have survived a few big scares. And it looks like they're going to see this out. Number 19 is Shea Butler. And Butler evades a tackle. And he knows now that he can pick his passes and gives it to Riley. And Riley is surely fouled there by Doyle, and he is indeed.
Wanderers are really slowing the game down now. That goal has proved to be crucial, and they're just going to do their best to keep in possession of the ball. There's no need to kick the ball away aimlessly and just make sure they can play it through the hands to retain possession.
How's the heart, Mark?
Not great.
How's the nerves?
Not great.
Well, you're nearly there. We're going into injury time now, and they are 4 points up. Delaney leaves it off really nicely. Is that Downey again? Surely Downey was fouled there, but the referee lets it go. And it's still being contested in there. What's the referee going to give? I think he might be going to hop it. No, he's giving a free in. Free in to Wanderers. It's funny in a game, sometimes everything goes for you and sometimes nothing goes for you. But at the minute, it's all going for Wanderers. They are in a very, very good place. 1-9 to 8 points in the last few seconds of this game.
That was great work by the youngster Scott Harding in there, who's to win that free, and it looks as though Liam Murphy has a chance to wrap up the points here with an insurance score.
Number 9, Liam Murphy, fires it straight over the bar. That could be the insurance point. 1-10 to 8 points for the Wanderers. The Ballyboden Wanderers. They would have loved to have had a huge crowd here today. They're all watching online instead, but they're still making a lot of noise. They have a few players over on the far side in the subs, and a few players down to my left here with the squad as well today, a limited number, and they're making the noise of 200 or 300 people. Now the referee blows his whistle there for a foul on Riley. For a moment there I thought he was going to blow the long whistle, but instead he blows a short whistle and it's a free, and Riley is there trying to recover from that and get up. Jay Parr is going to be spoken to by the referee, Carl Higgins. 1-10 plays 8 points, and Parr is going to get his name taken right at the end of this game. Liam Murphy. He's got through so much work in this game. The big midfielder scored a few great points as well. On his right foot, he drives it in towards Delaney. How many times have I said that today? And Delaney's through. He's fouled, but he leaves it off, and there's a chance of another goal. Oh, and that was so unlucky. Kieran Kavanagh, great save by the goalkeeper. Great football by the Wanderers.
Very unselfish play by Darren Delaney there. He could have taken that on himself, but he nudged it forward to Kieran Kavanagh, who was very unlucky to have his shot turned around the post.
Looks like you're going to do it, Mark. Come on, you can say it now, surely. You're deep into injury time here, and you're way, way ahead in this game.
It is a nice lead to have, but it ain't over till the fat lady sings, as they say.
Okay. I hear you. It's 1-10. Just to repeat that again. 1-10 for the Wanderers. 8 points for Ballyfermot. Liam Murphy with the kick from a 45 for the Wanderers. He connects well. Is that going over, or no, it's just going to the left? Which means that Aaron Murphy, the goalkeeper of Ballyfermot, will get a chance to kick the ball out, and if there's a few seconds left, they'll need to get up the pitch and go for goal. The kick out goes left, and it goes to Kelly. Kelly does really well. He's still nippy and dangerous at this time of the game. That looked like a foul. The referee lets it go on. Ballyfermot retain possession. They're going to look for Doyle in there. Oh, it's intercepted, and it's Keith McGovern in there, out in the middle of the pitch, and there's a nice quick transfer to Delaney. Delaney has it, and he's fouled. Will he move it quickly or just take his time? He says, hold on, I got a knock there. There's no rush. We're well ahead. We're deep in the injury time. Let's chill it all down here.
Cynical foul by the Ballyfermot man there, sticking a leg out as Delaney had won the ball cleanly. But he's happy to slow it down here now, and a chance for Liam Murphy to add to the scoreline.
Deep into injury time, in the sunshine here at O'Toole Park. It's 110 to 8 points. Liam Murphy connects with his right foot, drops it into the danger area, and it's flicked wide by Keith McGovern. It remains 110 to 8 points. 5-point lead. The referee blows his final whistle. Carl Higgins from the Nafeana Club, but today is all about the Ballyboden Wanderers Club. They have finally won the Dublin Junior 2 Championship, their first junior championship in 52 years. It's taken a long time, but boy have they deserved it today, and they are the champions at last.
Absolutely phenomenal scenes here in O'Toole Park, and you have to say that the Wanderers have been good value for the win. They wilted a little bit in the second half, and Ballyfermot came back into the game, but classed hold in the end. I think the experience of people like Darren Delaney and Liam Murphy really stood for Wanderers in the end, and they managed to just get over the line. But that goal at the end really was a cherry on top.
It was. It was a little bit fortunate, the goal the way it went in, but they deserved it nonetheless. I can see Damien Gallagher down there running onto the pitch. He's put so much into this. It means so much to him. He's hugging big Liam Murphy in there, and the connection with 1968, Damien Gallagher's father, Adon, who's the only member of that 68 team who's actually at this game today. So there's the link with 1968. 52 years ago. They've waited a long, long time for this, but they have finally got it. They're finally the champions.
I can see him over there in the red gilet there with the face mask on, and he's congratulating some of the players. What a fantastic moment for him and for anyone associated with this fantastic club.
Yeah, and it is a fantastic club, and you can see what it means to them out there. They're a small club. People think about Dublin and super clubs and all that, but this is a small club. It's a homegrown club, and you know they're very tight knit. You can see that.
Yeah, this is what the GAA is all about, really. You know, and this is what these training sessions at Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, and this is what this club have been doing for so long. You know, the emphasis they put on fitness, the emphasis they put on standards. Dave Farley has really changed the dynamic up here in the last couple of years, and it's stood to the players. You can see the fitness levels. They didn't wilt throughout the game, and delighted for the lads.
They started so well, and they were leading at half time. At one point they were 5 points up, and then in the second half they couldn't score. They didn't score up until after the water break, and then they came out and they just had a purple patch, and they got a few chances there, and they took them finally, and they had a goal chance, 2 or 3 goal chances. It took just to one of them, but that was enough. That was the killer. But the crucial 30 seconds there, just before that, they're a point up. Ballyfermot had a goal, a one-on-one with the keeper. Murray saved it. They went up the other end and got a goal, and that was it. That was game over. That was a crucial point in the game.
Oh, fine margins indeed. Had Stephen Murray not made that save, I'm sure you probably agree, Ballyfermot go on and win the game, you know, so a crucial moment in the game.
Jennifer Kelly says, well done the Wanderers. All the congratulations are coming in now. We're glad that you're all watching online and enjoying this, and we're delighted to be able to bring it to you. The captain, Young Spears, is coming over now. He'll be collecting the cup in just the next few seconds right in front of us, so stay with us. Kevin Garrity says, well done to the Wanderers. Niall O'Donnell, well done Wanderers. So everybody coming in with comments like that. Keith Hayden as well. Noel Britton says, congratulations Wanderers. Linda Heavey as well. Alison Ryan, well done the lads. Pamela Kavanagh, Robert Weldon, Tom Shanahan, brilliant job by the Wanderers. So lots of people showing their support, and delighted for the Wanderers to have won this game today. The captain, James Spears, he's got a bandage all over his nose. That's why he was off over on the far side. Obviously he had a bang in his nose, but he'll not mind a bit of blood today.
He'll
not mind that at all. He will be delighted just to be on these steps, and you might be able to hear the Dublin County Board man Tom Rock, who's going to present the trophy right in front of us. It's the Junior 2 Championship, and all the players are down in front of us in the sunshine, and Tom Rock is going to hand over the cup to James Spears. He's thanking both teams for a good game of football. He says he didn't see it all, but he saw plenty, that it was certainly a very exciting finish to the game. He's saying bad luck to Ballyfermot. James Spears has been captain since 2016 when the Wanderers were last in the final. They lost that day. He's been the captain ever since, and now in 2020, 4 years later, they're back, and he's going to get a cup this time. And he's not sure, Tom, how long it was, and some of the players are saying 52. They know how long it is. It's a long, long wait, 52 years. And Tom Rock will hand over the trophy in the next few seconds. And there is the big moment. First time since 1968. The Wanderers have got the cup. James Spears, the captain.
First and foremost, Ballyfermot, that was a tough fucking game. You really put it up to us there, the whole thing. You didn't give in to the very fucking end. And we knew that was going to be the case. We played you last year in the quarter-final. We came into this knowing it was going to be a really, really tough game. 4 years ago, about 5 or 6 of this team, we lost the final here ourselves. So it's tough for small teams like us to stay together, but I really encourage you lads to stay together. Keep this team going, and no doubt you'll be back in this position again and hopefully winning next time. So 3 cheers for Ballyfermot. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Yeah. Secondly, there's one person I want to dedicate this trophy to. He's been with us through thick and thin, through every single year. He's been always offering support. He's always been there for us. So Jimmy Conlon. Yeah. Well deserved, Jimmy. And to the management, Dave, Keith, Gary, everyone, thank you very much for the whole year. And lads, we deserve it. Well done.
Whoa! James Spears, the captain of the Wanderers, summing it all up there and thanking all the right people and bringing it down to his teammates. And they celebrate for the first time since 1968 as champions. Championes from the Wanderers Club, the Ballyboden Wanderers. They won it in 1968. They split from Ballyboden St Enda's in 1980. They're their own club. They're in the foothills of the Dublin Mountains. And they have finally got the trophy for the Dublin Junior 2 Championship. And Mark Fearon is with me. Mark, you're a Wanderers man through and through. Could you pick a man of the match for us and maybe a few contenders from that game? Who do you think played well and who do you think should be named player of the match?
Well, there were several impressive performances today, Jerome, and I have to say that man there, number 2, Owen Lina, stood out for me, especially in the second half when things were going against Wanderers. He stood firm, and it seemed at times he was almost repelling the Ballyfermot attack on his own at times. He took a couple of belts there, but he continued on and put in a majestic performance. Lee Murphy is another one. His score certainly made a big difference to how this game went out. But if I were to pick one player, I'd say it's probably that reigning player of the year, Owen Lina, for me, man of the match.
Did you mention your goalkeeper? I didn't hear that, but he made a couple of crucial saves too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's absolutely very true. Stephen Murray is another player who's really stood on his head today. Fantastic clubman as well. He's been a player who's been knocking around here for about 10 years. His first year as a goalkeeper, but he really stood up to the plate today.
His first year as a goalkeeper?
First year as a goalkeeper. You wouldn't really know, would you, with that way?
And what does that phrase mean, stood in your head? Does that mean you
stood in his head? Well? I think it means, yeah, he was like a human brick wall, really, yeah. There he is right now coming towards us.
Yeah, he must have heard us talking about him. I'll finish off with a few comments online because the people online would love to have been here, and it's all about them today as well. Owen Hennigan says, end-to-end stuff, well done Wanderers GA Club Ballyboden. Joe Dodd says, congratulations James Spears and the Wanderers. Catherine O'Rourke says, hard luck Ballyfermot. Alexis Spears says, Captain James Spears, with a red heart as well for him as well. So lots of love there for the captain. Rory O'Donnell says, fair play lads, well done. Sandra Walsh says, brilliant stuff, the Wanderers tuned in from the west of Ireland but would love to be in Rockbrook tonight. Tony O'Donnell, well done the Wanderers. Dave Murphy says, go on Jimmy, meaning the captain of course, Jimmy Spears. Breed Meyer says, congrats. And the last few messages, Emer Nick Callahan says, so proud to see Wanderers lift the cup. Incredible battling out there, lads. So proud to be part of this club. And that's a beautiful message to sum up exactly what today was about. It's about the Wanderers. It's about a small club in Dublin Not about the big clubs, not about the super clubs. It's about the Wanderers winning the championship at their level and getting a reward for all their years of effort. My thanks to Mark Fearon on co-commentary, and to Peter McConville on camera, and Mark Quinn on the team, and for making it all happen. And thank you to the Wanderers for bringing us down here. We're going to hold for a few seconds because I've just spotted Liam Murphy out there, the big lad, with a bottle of something fizzy, and he's just let it go in there. So we'll watch those last few shots that sum it up. There are going to be a lot more celebrations tonight in the Wanderers club.